Hi friends, let's talk about oil pulling. First, I started oil pulling about 8 years ago, and when I was a graduate student, and since then I've been doing on and off. But past 4 years or so, I have been very consistent with it, and I'm experiencing great benefits. So I wanted to share my personal benefits, my personal experiences, and some tips and tricks that I have learned throughout the time, and it just helps me to do this. So, if you already don't know what oil pulling is, just Google it. You will know what it is. So it's an ancient Indian Ayurvedic practice that is very good for the oral health and overall health. So basically what you do, you take a spoonful of your favorite oil. You can take a sesame seed oil or coconut oil. Those two are my favorites. And then put it in your mouth, swish it around and spit it out after 20 minutes or so, and then wash your mouth. So that's what oil pulling is. It might sound little not so comfortable to do in the beginning, a little tricky, but let me assure you it's very easy. So if you have ever thought about it or thought about starting it, I highly recommend it because it's a wonderful thing to do for yourself and wonderful habit to develop for yourself. So let me share some of the benefits that I experience personally by this practice. So since I started it, I used to get a lot of mouth ulcers when I was a student, and stress and not such good practice or not good food habits or whatever reasons might have contributed for me to have frequent mouth ulcers, and I was searching for some good natural option. And then at that time I came across this oil pulling, and I tried it and it worked. So since then I've been a big fan of it. Yes, oral health, mouth ulcers gone. Then my oral health in general, as in terms of freshness of the breath, it's amazing when I do oil pulling versus when I don't do it. So now I do it every single day without fail. It's like brushing my teeth. So yes, it keeps your mouth really fresh. Then it also is really good for your oral hygiene in terms of the plaques or any kind of health conditions like cavities or even strengthening the teeth or teeth sensitivity. All of this were so much benefited from this practice to me. I have never experienced sensitivity in my teeth, a pain in my tooth or cavities or anything like that since I started doing this regularly. So it's a big plus on that. It also detoxes your system and stimulates your digestive system and so many other benefits that are so good for the overall health. So these are the benefits. Now you probably might be thinking, let's get started and let's find out how to do it. So this is how I do it, and then I'm gonna give you some tips. So I take a spoonful of coconut oil because it's very easily available in the US market, and we can get organic, very high quality extra virgin coconut oil. So I take a spoonful, put it in my mouth, keep it in my mouth for about 20 minutes. I try to do some task when I put it in my mouth, so I don't even remember that I have something in my mouth, or I don't have to remember to work on the oil pulling. It just happens by itself. And then after end of 20 minutes I would wash it off. Now since I got introduced to Young Living essential oils which are amazing, by the way. If you don't know about it, if you want to ask me, just let me know. But it's so wonderful, and I have started to add that a drop of any essential oil that I am interested at on that day. I will just put a drop of it on the, so I'll take a spoonful of my coconut oil, then I'll take, let's say, clove oil is very good for any tooth pain or anything with the teeth. So I would take a clove oil, and it's very high in antioxidants. So I will take it, put a drop on my spoon, on my oil, and just take it, and that's how I do use essential oils with it. Other favorites of mine are orange oil. It's really good for whitening the teeth. Then thieves, it's very good for immunity support. So when I'm feeling under the weather, thieves is my go-to choice, and all the other times I would use clove or orange. So this is how you can incorporate essential oils with it. You don't have to do it, but it's a big plus. It takes it to the whole another level. So that's how I do this. And then after 20 minutes I rinse my mouth and brush thoroughly, and that's it. So the tips when you are getting started, what you can do, instead of entire full teaspoon, you can take a half teaspoon or 1/4 for that matter, to just get started and get comfortable with it. So take as little as you want when you are starting out. Then 20 minutes would be quite ambitious when you are getting started, because when I was getting started I could not do it for even a couple of minutes. So I would just say that take a little bit amount and swish it around in your mouth for a minute. Have a goal of having like 2 minutes or 5 minutes, and start from there. And if you can reach 5 minutes without any problem, you can go further, and that way you can increase the time. Whatever you do, don't ingest it. You are supposed to spit it out because it's full of toxin. So just make sure that you spit it out. So if you're having gag, you're feeling like spitting it out, just go ahead and spit it. Okay, so that's another tip. Now when it's winter time, if you have a solid form of coconut oil, try to melt it a little bit so that it's easier to do that initially. What else? Yeah, I think these are some of the tips that I think would help a lot. I think, yes, one more thing, that using orange oil will help you. It will make it taste really good. You're not supposed to eat it or drink it, but it will just feel pleasant in your mouth. So if you do orange oil, if you have access to Young Living's orange oil, try that. It might help you to keep it longer time. Also do something when you have it in your mouth. Try to work on something. Another thing is, you don't have to swish it all the time. You can take a break from it. You can do it for some few minutes, and then it's okay, as long as it's inside your mouth, it's doing something. So don't be so much hung up on trying to swish it all the time. And yeah, that's it. So these are my tips, and let me know how you like it, or if you do oil pulling, and how you enjoy it, or try these tips and let me know if it works for you. And I hope this was helpful, and thank you so much. Bye.